My name is Kat Guidry, and my quality of character that I chose was positive attitude. Positive attitude can be described as a mental position with regard to a fact or state, or a feeling of emotion toward a fact or state. When you demonstrate a positive attitude, you are optimistic and expect favorable outcomes. Your attitude determines most of what you experience each day, yet it is something that is easy neglected. Be someone who others want to be with because you lift their energy, attitude, and spirit. Be someone who you would want to be around. Choosing to have a positive attitude takes no effort. There are a few benefits of having a positive attitude. It is a mental state that expects the best to happen. It is actually positive thinking, the habit of believing that things would turn out well and not allowing negative thoughts and doubts to disturb this belief. It is constructive thinking. You think about solutions and believe that you can find them. It means being active about solving problems. It is not enough just to believe that things will turn out okay. You also need to be actively thinking about constructive solutions and carrying them out. It is creative thinking, looking at life and situations with a broader vision, finding creative solutions. With a positive attitude, you are not afraid to look for new ways of doing things. This makes you unique and can help you do things in a better way than others can. It is motivating. Having a positive attitude gives you energy to complete goals. When motivation is present, you are keen on spending energy and time on work, studies, and accomplishing a goal. When you are sure of yourself, believe in your abilities, and do not allow anything to discourage you, you will become motivated. Bud Wilkinson said it best: you can motivate players better with a kind word than you can with a whip. And at last, it creates happiness. A person with a positive attitude is usually happy and content. Smiling is very contagious, which gives off the vibe of positive attitude. So, smile more. The difference between having a negative and positive attitude is that people with positive attitudes think about others rather than about themselves. They are always willing and wanting to make the best out of every situation. People with negative attitudes do the opposite: complain a lot, talk about themselves and their own issues and problems, and seem to find the bad in everything, like they can never be pleased or do the right thing. This happens a lot in sports. There are 4 things that you can do to be a positive coach for your players. Use positive affirmations is one. By saying, "Good job, Sarah, on that throw to first base," you are pointing out a specific person and telling them exactly what you saw that they did right. They will feel good about themselves, and other teammates will want to receive that same energy from you. By just saying "good job" is very vague and misleading. Anybody can just say "good job." Avoiding and minimizing negativity in all aspects, including tone of voice, body language, and gestures, will help to create a more welcoming and positive atmosphere. When coaches see that a player makes a mistake in games or practices, acknowledge that the mistake was made, but without yelling and demeaning the athlete. When you show negativity to an athlete, it slowly starts to eat away at their self-confidence. Always find a positive in every situation, including when you lose games. There are probably many things that you as a coach can point out that were done great during the game. Sometimes the end result doesn't match up, but they already know that they've made mistakes, so why keep dwelling on them? But by pointing out the few positives you saw will help better their self-esteem. And applying positive discipline is very important. Running laps and doing sprints should not be your go-to for bad behavior. I have seen coaches scream and yell at players for doing one wrong thing and immediately be told to go do laps. What does that show? That you're explosive as a coach? That you expect everything to always be done right? What kind of expectation is that setting for your athletes? That is a negative coach attitude. A coach can be both firm and kind when disciplining a player without beating them down or their self-confidence. It's just the tone of voice that is very important. If you're a coach trying to be more positive, there is a guide called the Positive Coach Sports Wheel, which explains each step. By following this guide, you can start to develop a better attitude for yourself as a coach and for your team's culture. You can also ask yourself a few questions. Do you inspire yourself, your coaches, and your players? Do you look at the negatives without shining a light on the positives? Do players want to be coached by you? Do other coaches want to coach with you? Asking yourself some of these questions throughout your coaching can help guide you to have a positive attitude in mind. Bruce Brown said, "Most coaches believe that being positive gets better results, Without question, being positive is the best approach to reinforcement in coaching. Having a positive attitude draws individuals toward you. It inspires others to want to have that same energy that you are giving off. In the sports world, I have noticed that having a positive attitude is better for the whole team because no one feels afraid to make a mistake or that they will be judged, which can slowly diminish their self-confidence. Having a positive attitude creates better opportunity all around, and it's a choice. It takes no effort to display a positive attitude. It will help you to stay calm in difficult situations, not to lose hope, and to continue whatever you are doing despite difficulties or failure. There are various traits of character and habits associated with possession of a positive attitude. As mentioned above, if you do not possess them yet, now is the time to start, to build them and create your own positive attitude. And with parting words from Charles Swindoll, educator, author, and pastor, said from his poem, I am convinced that life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes.